Mac Rumors today is reporting that the iPhone 17 Air might not be much thinner than the iPhone 6. First of all, what in the world? Why are we having a discussion about thinner iPhones? We got this iPhone, it's the new Pro here. Like, it's not too bad. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. Like, it's pretty decent. It's kind of heavy. So, a thinner iPhone would shave off some weight, and I get it. Like, there's an appeal to having something that is taking up less space in your pocket, whether we're talking about any of the dimensions, width, height, thickness. I get it. However, who is asking for a thinner iPhone at this point? The first thing that comes to mind is that sucker gonna bend? Second of all, what about the battery? And majorly, what about the battery? I mostly care about the battery. The size can be as big as the current Pro, not the Max, and I'll be pretty happy as long as it has a good battery. I think you have these two competing camps. You know, you had Johnny Ive back in the day, he was making everything thin, 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 and that sort of came at the expense of some other features that people cared about also. But is that what customers are asking for, thinner and stuff? Because I feel like I talk about Apple a lot on the channel, on social media, and I'm not really seeing people craving thinness at the moment. There was a time when thinner, thinner, thinner was cool, and we got obviously the moniker iPad Air, right? And also the MacBook Air. And that was a big deal back in the day, especially with the Mac. And it had that tapered design originally and stuff. But I don't feel like we're in that mode right now where people are craving the thinness, unless I'm just missing something. So that's kind of why I'm making this. I want to get filled in myself. So let me know, are you craving a thinner, any Apple product at the moment? This isn't like the Vision Pro where the thing's heavy and it has to reduce, the weight so that it's more comfortable on your head. We're not really talking about that. Like, when is thin valuable when it comes to an iPhone in particular, and when is it kind of a liability? And let's be clear, I mean, this is pure rumor right now. So, this isn't like official. Apple hasn't said this is the direction that we're heading. People are just like leaking this. And it's fun to think about, right? What the next iPhone might be, especially when the design doesn't change all that much for several years at a time. People kind of latch on to, oh, that might be really different. Would I like that? Will I spend money on it? If you're new to Daily Tech, you got to check out the newsletter. Comes out on Fridays. It's free. It'll keep you up to date on everything you need to know about Apple, tech, AI, in a way that doesn't waste your time. And there's some free wallpaper. Why wouldn't you want free wallpaper every week? Here's what it looks like this week. Make sure to get subscribed. It's linked up down below. You should also check out The Great Onboarding. That's my course company. I've got so many cool courses, productivity course, freeform course, pro iPhone video essentials, and lots more. Also linked up down below. Check out the feedback. People are loving these courses. So get in there today. I think if Apple wanted to really differentiate, I think the obvious thing at this point for Apple to do would be to come out with some sort of a foldable. I keep talking about this because, look, I got an iPad Pro over here, I got an iPad mini, I got my iPhone. Well, what would the perfect combination be? Probably an iPhone sized device that folds out into something that's more like mini size, right? That would be killer. That would be different for Apple, not different on the market in general. But, in recent years, Apple has not needed to be first, right? They usually see what's going on. Is there demand? Is there interest? Can they do it in an Apple way and then come late to the party, but put their Apple spin on it and make it as good and as Apple-y as possible so that, like Apple fans don't want the Samsung ecosystem or device, or they would have it already, right? There's a reason that they're in the Apple ecosystem for the most part. And actually, for a while, I mean, thinness was the thing because it's good marketing, right? Like, it makes sense to be airy. Then again, foldables tend to be a little bit chunkier, so maybe what's really being discussed is a thinner foldable or something. I mean, I don't know, but I am curious what you think about this. Would I buy a phone that was slimmer just because it was slimmer? No, I wouldn't at this point. That actually feels like it'd be a step in reverse, sort of, from what I'm used to. I've gone the pro route because I want those pro capabilities, especially with the camera systems. And as I like to bring up on the channel, everything is a trade-off. So if you get a thinner phone, you are going to lose something else.